Imagine being a fucking Siamese twin, bro. That's right, what's the Drip Fed Dread without a fucking Tales from the Crypt review? There are so many episodes, so much Tales from the Crypt, so little time. And today we're going to be talking about a very unique one. And the reason I chose this one is because of the actor Jonathan Stark. One of my favorite one-hit wonders. He was in fucking Fright Night from 1985, and then he was in House 2. And I haven't really seen him in much else, but the fact that we got a Tales from the Crypt episode with him in it, that's pretty chaotic, funny, weird, and vibey. How could you ask for more? So let's talk about this. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Phantom of the Indie Review. I am your host. I am Siamese, if you please. I am Siamese, if you don't please. Kill. That's right, dude. We are on the journey of 4,000 subscribers, and guess what? We are genuinely actually less than 100 away from being there. Oh! Is it an alien or my op? Only time will tell. On this episode of Alien or Op, guys, I'm just ecstatic to be on this journey with y'all. I got some dope-ass commenters and followers that have been following me for a while that I love conversating with you, so always feel free to hit me up and comment down below. This is a community, so if you're looking for that YouTube channel that genuinely gives a heck about what you gotta say, go to somewhere else, because you're dog water, bro. No, dead-ass. Like, head-ass and dead-ass. This is type shit for the hype shit. Please subscribe and come chill. Let's talk about the Tales from the Crypt episode, because I'm rambling now. Come hang out with me and give me a Chevy. They're stuck with a problem. Conjoined twins develop a rift when one of them falls in love. So the episode stars the two twins, played by Jonathan Stark and some other hombre, and they could not be more split personality than you could ever imagine. No pun intended. Oh my fucking god. One is timid, kind-hearted, and the other reckless and sadistic. The sadistic one, played by our boy Jonathan Stark, he wants nothing to do with his brother. He just wants to be free, but his brother is very caring, loving, and puts up with a lot of faults from his twin. And their names are Frank and Eddie. Eddie is the belligerent one, you know. He's just selfish. It's all about him. He never wants to go to the opera with his brother. And his brother Frank, very sophisticated, very charming, very loving. And again, it's almost like two parts of the brain separated into their own brains, and they are attached at the hip, like I keep my Glock 19. Like when I leave the house and I forget my Glock, they leave the house and they can't forget each other. And one night they're going to the bar, and Frank's like, I just wanted to go to the opera, and Eddie is begging him. He's like, please, bro, just sign these papers. There's a surgery that we can get done, and if we get this done, bro, we can be free. But there's a 50-50 chance that either of them will survive the operation, and that makes Frank reluctant. He's more rational. And a part of him is lonely. A part of him is codependent, and he wants to be with his brother, but Frank is just over it. And that seems to change a little bit when they get to a club one night and they're having some drinks, and this girl sits down next to Frank and they start conversing because she's reading a book, and it seems to be love at first sight, but she's a little triggered by the fact that he's a Siamese twin, and she storms off. And the entire episode is essentially a buildup of frustrations with Frank and Eddie. Eddie is desperately pleading for his brother to free them. Frank is like, no, I gotta stay with you even when things get thick. But the beautiful part is that this relationship does keep blossoming between Frank and his mistress and his lover. And things get funny, they get awkward. There's one scene where they're laying in bed, just having a nice romantic conversation. But to the left of them, that's out of frame, Eddie's getting some top down from a top girl, getting that thing. I wrote that song, did you like it? But he keeps pressing Frank throughout the episode. They go to the doctors. And the doctor's like, I can do this procedure right now. I thought you were both on the same terms. And Frank's like, I'm scared. And finally, Eddie thinks that he's going to get Frank to do it. So they're laying, I'm sorry I'm fucking my hair so much. So they're lying in bed, and the girl's like, this is just too weird for me. I got to go. I'm sorry, Frank. And she storms out. Frank's devastated. He's upset. He's triggered. And him and Eddie start a little fight, but then we get this little side scene that the girl goes to the bathroom, and the lady of the night prostitute that's fucking riding Eddie like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, she's like, I'll be right back. And she goes into the bathroom and she's like, lock in, fuck girl. She's like, what? She's like, lock in, dude. Eddie's gonna pay you fat if you get Frank to do the surgery. And then you're like, damn it, come on, dude. Frank is such a nice, swell, wonderful gentleman, and I really wanted to root for him. So as she's in the bathroom talking, Frank and Eddie get into a fight. And the thing about being conjoined twins, they're attached at the hip. Their emotions trigger each other, so when they start to drink, they both get drunk. If one of them drinks, they both get drunk. If one of them gets a little rowdy, they're both kind of in the sensual mood, but they're just polar opposites. And they're fighting, and he's like, dude, this is the love of my life. Why can't you get it through your head that I'm gonna be with her? And Frank's like, and Eddie's like, dude, you want to be free, and you're so codependent. Be codependent with her. Like, let me live. And then the girl, the mistress, the lover, she comes back in and she's like, Frank, I have a confession. Right as he's about to sign the paper, she goes, Eddie paid me to do this for him and I'm sorry, but I actually am falling in love with you. And then he's like, that's wonderful, and hugs her, and then you're like, oh, that's beautiful. She loves him for who he truly is, and she doesn't care if he's a Siamese twin. But right then and there, as they're hugging, tensions build, things get a little intense, suspicious, and Eddie's so fuming, he grabs a butcher knife and gets her in the back, killing her as she's dying on the floor. And Frank is just gut-wrenched. He's like, why? Why'd you do this? She's like, no, she fucking snitched on me. This could have been the perfect life, and she had to blow her mouth. She just had to run her mouth. It's just bad timing, because I'm sure if she had admitted that to Frank, if Eddie waited a minute or two, he would have agreed with the surgery. But you know how Tales from the Crypt rolls. And as she's laying dead on the floor, he calls 911. He's like, yo, pigs, I just killed my brother Shoddy, and she's dead now, so come get us. And then you're like, why would you do that? But he thinks he's slick, right? He's like, well, we're attached at the hip, and you're innocent. You tried to save her. They're not going to put me in prison with you because you did nothing wrong. They're going to cater more to your innocence than they are going to cater to my convicted, what other fucking word is. And then this really sets Frank apart, and he starts drinking. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, if I get drunk, you get drunk. So he starts smashing fucking alcohol and pills. He's on that good cushion alcohol. He got some down bitches he can call. And he's like, no, bro, why are you doing this to me, bro? Don't do this, don't. You're gonna kill us both. He's like, good, I don't want to fucking live without my shorty, even though I met her 2 weeks ago and we only went on a date and kissed a couple times and wanted to go to the opera. You did this to me. You sabotaged me. And as they're sitting there side by side, fading from the gray goose and purple syrup, they wake up. And you're like, oh, they both lived, and they are side by side in the hospital bed. And Eddie's like, you couldn't even kill me, you're that much of a pussy, dude. And Frank's like, yeah, I tried my best, but I can't believe you think you got away with murder. And Eddie's like, you fool, you dumb idiot, they're not gonna take me to prison because they're not gonna take you. And then as he says that, a curtain opens and it's the police standing there, and they're like, are you Eddie? He's like, yeah. Like, did you kill that girl? He's like, yeah, I did. What are you gonna do about it, pigs? And then this is where we get that epic little plot twist reveal where they begin to pull him away and he separates from the bed. And Frank's like, yeah, I kind of got the surgery done. I signed that paper, bud, so good luck in prison. And right there, even though you aren't rooting for Eddie the whole time, you feel this gut-wrench, horrendous vibe because you're like, damn, because he's begging. He's like, brother, don't let them take me away from you. Don't let them take me away from you. And you kind of feel bad because you know Eddie does love Frank, but he got his comeuppance. And he gets dragged off as Frank's laying there. He goes, don't worry, buddy, I'll live the best life for the both of us. And then the fucking nurse comes up to him and he hits her with like a pickup line. He's like, damn, your clothes would look good on the floor, shorty, or something like that. And it just shows, it's like, damn, hopefully he doesn't become a piece of crud. And all in all, I just love this episode. Again, we have seen before that Tales from the Crypt have dealt with this subject matter with that one episode, People Who Live in Brass Hearses, where that one's a little bit different because they're Siamese attached at the back, and they hid the fact that they were Siamese until the end. But this one, a little different. It was funny. It was endearing. You really vibe with Frank's character. You start to care about him a lot. And as annoying and egotistical as Eddie is, I mean, it's Jonathan Starks. You love that character, but you also kind of like love to hate him. And the episode just flows so well, and it builds very well, and they have great chemistry together for being stuck at the hip as twins. They vibe off each other. Two totally different personalities, but they fit. The characters surrounding them work, and I just feel like it was a very well-balanced episode. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Have you seen this one? Comment down below and let me know. Please subscribe. Give me a thumber. Hit that ding-ling button harassing you, telling you, hey, it's me, I'm here. And I'm gonna say it one time for the one time and 2 times for the O's. Give me a hell yeah. For horror.
I can't stand being with you when you're like this.
Then the themes of this movie are very cliche. It's a loving, cool, independent dad who's grieving the death of his wife, and she's all rebellious and